Good morning. It's Monday, April 29th. What's going on? Well, you know what? I really don't know because I've been out of town visiting with my sister and her family in Charleston, South Carolina. One of the things that we have done is my sister, her son, my wife, and I went to see the USS Yorktown carrier vessel number 10. It was the 10th aircraft carrier that the United States has built. I saw it many years ago, but it's been on my bucket list to go back and to really take a good look at it. And this time we did. We did the captain's tour by Bulldog Tours. So let's take a look at some of the pictures I have from the Yorktown. Once you park your car, you can immediately see this memorial monument. It's a tribute to the families and friends of lost sailors. So the USS Yorktown CV10 is called the Fighting Lady. It is located at Patriots Point in South Carolina by Charleston. It originally replaced the CV5 Yorktown, the original Yorktown, which was lost at the Battle of Midway. While under construction, it was named Boonhone Richard, but then renamed Yorktown in honor of the CV5 Yorktown that was lost in the last battle fought where the British surrendered for the Revolutionary War. It was commissioned by Eleanor Roosevelt at the time. It has won 11 battle stars in World War II. It had a crew of well over 2,600, plus an additional, I think around 255 to 380, I've heard, officers. It carried 103 aircraft. Before the Korean War, it was modernized with an angular flight deck to accommodate jets. It was once again modified during or before the Vietnam War to do anti-submarine. It recovered spacecraft Mercury 6 as well as the Apollo 8. If you remember, Apollo 8 was the first manned spacecraft that circled the moon. This aircraft carrier is about 3 football fields long. It took 16 months to build, mostly by women. Remember Rosie the Riveter? Its top speed is about 33 knots or about 40 miles per hour. It was decommissioned in 1970, and in 1980, where it stands right now, it was registered as a national landmark. You pay for your admission and you take the long walk up. You enter by I Pledge Allegiance. Here we can take a look at some of what the Medal of Honors are for various services in the military. Landing on an aircraft carrier can be tricky, so you learn about the mirror optical landing system. In the hangar, there is a B-25. This is the aircraft that was used for the Doolittle Raid upon Japan. It's very tight on the inside. Here's somebody coming out, and I'm pictured with my nephew, Joseph. We did a captain's tour. Our tour guide, Don, is pictured in the chapel of the Yorktown. We then moved on to where bombs are assembled. From there to the crew's berthing, and here you can see the beds. These beds are hot sheeted. Every 8 hours, somebody slept in it. Hot sheets. You got to eat, and I understand that it took 4,000 calories to feed these people. In the cafeteria, Don's explaining this to us. We then moved on to sickbay, where we saw a cabinet for pharmaceuticals and the sickbay itself. There are many exhibits in the hangar. One is of Edward Butch O'Hare. He had 5 kills over the USS Lexington, 2 kills over the Marcus and Wake Islands. He won 2 Flying Distinguished Crosses, a Navy Cross, and his name for the O'Hare International Airport in Chicago, which we're all familiar with. On the side of the island, there are scorecards for the various air groups and how they did. Here's some of the views of the flight deck from the captain's location. This is the engine room. There were, I believe, 8 turbines, and it used steam as the fuel for propulsion. Pictured here is the stem or back of the ship to the bow or front of the ship. It's very long. My wife and I are pictured on the left. My sister Mary and her son Joseph are pictured on the right. So yes, the Yorktown is a very big ship. It's hard to see it all in one day. There's the captain's tour, ghost tours. There's 3 or more self-guided tours throughout the Yorktown. What you saw is just a tiny fraction of it. Very, very impressive. There's also the USS Lafferty. Right next door is a destroyer that was attacked 22 times and couldn't be sunk. There's a Vietnam exhibit there, and then there's Fort Sumner, all in that immediate area.